everyone. Today we will discuss about the epiphytes. What are epiphytes? Epiphytes are the plants which grow on the other plants only for shelter. Unlike parasites, they only look upon the shelter. They don't depend upon the absorption or any other food materials. So epiphytes are the plants which grow on the other plants only for shelter. For example, I have plants here. We can see the plant here. This is an example for epiphyte. You can see the leaves here. You have root system. The root system in case of epiphytes there are three types. One is normal, clinging and absorbing root. So today we are concentrating on the anatomical aspects of the hanging or absorbing root. That is, in epiphytes there is a special type of root which are called the hanging root or epiphytic root. These epiphytic roots are also called absorbing roots, which help the epiphytes in absorbing the moisture and also nutrients from the atmosphere. Okay, so this is a drawing showing the epiphyte clinging on the tree trunk. You can see another plant that is called bulbophyllum with pseudobulb. So in both these you can see the presence of a root which is called epiphytic root. It is also called hanging root and absorbing root. So it is clinging on the tree trunk with the help of clinging root. Normal roots are also there, but in case of these epiphytes, the hanging root or epiphytic root or absorbing roots are very special. Why? When you take the transverse section of this absorbing root or orchid root, we can see the presence of a very important tissue called velamen tissue. You can see the presence of this white tissue which is very special for these orchids or epiphytes, which helps in absorption. So when you take the transverse section of this epiphytic root, you can see the outermost layer which is white in color, which is called velamen tissue. So this velamen tissue, which is made up of dead tissue, sclerites, which helps in absorption. So you see that the orchid roots are help in absorption of moisture. They grow on the tree trunk. And from these roots, which is having a special type of tissue called velamen tissue helps in absorption. These velamen tissue, when you take the transverse section, they look like this. So these are nothing but the dead tissue, sclerenchymatous, sclerite tissue, which helps in absorption. So on the normal root, there is a white covering. This white covering is nothing but the velamen tissue. Okay, so this velamen tissue, because of this is a very characteristic feature of all the epiphytic root, hanging root, which helps in absorption of the moisture from the surrounding tissue. So the epiphytes, they only absorb the moisture and they only take the shelter from the tree trunks or any other plant. That's why these are called epiphytes. So coming to the transverse section of the orchid root, the special character is the velamen tissue, and you have the exodermis. After this exodermis, actually this is epidermis. Here in case of this orchid root, this is called exodermis, epidermis or epiglemma in roots always it is called, and you have the cortex and you have the stellar region. So this is velamen tissue, exodermis, then you have cortex and stele. Stele here in case of this orchid root, it is having the outermost layer endodermis, and you have the inner to the epidermis pericycle, you have more than 6 vascular bundles, that is xylem, 8 bundles of xylem and 8 bundles of phloem. So vascular bundles of this orchid root you can describe as polyarch, exarch, closed, and polyarch, exarch, closed, and these are pith is present. Pith is present. So exarch means the metaxylem with broad lumen are towards the pith. That's why it is called exarch. And more than 6 vascular bundle, it is polyarch. Then closed. Closed means closed means there is no endodermium. That's why it is called closed. And then there is radial arrangement of vascular bundle. So you can say that the vascular bundles in case of orchid root, it is radial. Xylem and phloem present in different radii. Xylem here and phloem. Exarch nature. So the phloem, metaxylem is towards the center, the protoxylem is towards the periphery. Then you have closed, no cambium, that's why it is closed, and more than 6 vascular bundle, so it is polyarch. I repeat here, the vascular bundles of orchid root, radial, exarch, closed, and polyarch. So I just conclude here, epiphytic root, here it is very important in epiphytes. For example, orchid, you have 2 types of orchid diagrams here. In this orchid, leaves are thick, stiff, hard, roots are present, stem is highly reduced in the form of rhizome. Roots, you have 3 types: root, normal root, clinging root, absorbing root. The absorbing root is very special with the help of outermost covering, that is velamen tissue made up of steroids, and this velamen tissue help in absorption. Other parts, that is exodermis, you find cortex is there and vascular bundles are present. You have vascular bundles radial, exarch, closed and polyarch in nature. Thank you.